Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Ox. Yeah, I'm still currently kind of under wraps right now since I'm still working, but I think that you know what? I need to just get this real quick video out the way since a lot of people are just going crazy. Like a lot of people are going crazy over this new Spider-Man PS. Well, it's now titled Marvel Spider-Man for the PS4 exclusively, and people are just losing their fucking minds. And then it's like at the same, it's funny. It's like it's kind of half and half on like, okay, this game is going to be like the Spider-Man game we've always wanted, and then there's of course the people that are bitching about every fucking thing on it, and then have the nerve to compare this shit to Spider-Man 2. And that's another thing. Okay, I'm gonna just start off with this. My thoughts first. And before I even get started, I usually don't do this type of shit, like review, like I never thought I would review a game, but I think, you know what? I have so much thoughts on it, especially since coming from other people's thoughts. Like, I feel like, you know what? I need to put my 2 cents in. So, like, I just need to say this, okay? For starters, this game looks fucking amazing. Okay, I'm gonna just say that this game looks so fucking amazing. Like, I've never felt so excited about a video game since I was a little kid. Like okay, of course there's been games that, like, for the past couple of years I was like, you know what, yeah, I think I want that game, and had fun or whatever. But when it came to Spider-Man was that game for me. Or like okay, Spider-Man, no, just take in mind, Spider-Man's my favorite superhero of all time, my favorite Marvel character of all time. And when it came to the Spider-Man games, I lived for those. It was like tradition for me, okay? It was fucking tradition, my nigga. Like, it was like the games were so fun to me, especially when Spider-Man 2 came out. Like, bruh, that was it. And I remember I had the first Spider-Man game. Like, I played about every single Spider-Man game there was, honestly, okay? About nearly, at least maybe, like, it had to be like 98% of the Spider-Man games. And of course, after Spider-Man 2, there was what was it? Ultimate Spider-Man, then Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man Web of Shadows, Shattered Dimensions, I believe, and then well, I think it was Edge of Time, maybe, I don't know, I can't remember if that was. And then of course they came out with the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 and all that, and and to be real, I think we could all be real when we say that we have not really had a really good Spider-Man game in a while. But at the same time, I feel like when it comes to people like when it comes to the people like bitching or whatever about like the gameplay, like they would have the nerve to like talk all the way back to the Spider-Man 2 game, which pisses me off so much, because it's like they stay talking about how like Spider-Man 2 is the best Spider-Man game, or like they'd be like, oh, yo, I haven't felt this interested in a Spider-Man game since Spider-Man 2. Like, what about what the fuck, like what about Ultimate Spider-Man, or what is it, Web of Shadows? And I'm gonna just say this, okay? I'm gonna just say this right now, guys. Spider-Man Web of Shadows is the best Spider-Man game ever to me personally. Spider-Man 2, second best Spider-Man game, okay? But like I hate when people just have to like feel like they have to compare any Spider-Man game to Spider-Man 2. Now, if anything, Spider-Man 2 was the beginning of like what's to come when it comes to making a great Spider-Man game. Okay, Spider-Man 2 was the beginning. Okay, it was the beginning, and I'm gonna say that Spider-Man 3 is my least favorite Spider-Man game. Okay, it could have done so much more. When you look, like, I mean, it was fun when I first played it, but then looking back to it, you start thinking like, damn, no, just no, especially with the swinging and all that. Oh shit. But anyways, yeah, just like, when it came to Spider-Man, like, like when it comes to Spider-Man PS4, like personally, like you know, when it comes to the gameplay, like, first off, the graphics look so amazing. Like, this looks like a movie, like an actual movie. And of course, like, people are so angry at this demo for the fact in which, like, you know, this game looks too freaking cinematic. It looks like you're mostly just like being like playing a part of a movie, having to do the quick time events. When it's like, okay, first off, they have to show the quick time events. Like, okay, like this. First off, it was a great mix when it came to the gameplay and the quick time events, you know, and it pissed me off when people had a bitch about that. Like, first off, okay, don't sit there and act as if the quick time events were not phenomenal, didn't look amazing, especially on the, like, just with the graphics and everything, just the way everything happened, it looked beautiful. Okay, it looked so beautiful. And then of course with the gameplay itself, like dude, we had a good enough amount of gameplay. Like, they just, like, it was perfect. The gameplay was perfect to like mix everything up to show you, like, okay, like, you know, what this game has to offer, just like all in one, you know, from the parkour to the swinging to the fighting, like the combat and all that, to the movement, like, period when it comes to the parkour, like, you know, just the way that you move and all that, you know, to the quick time events. You know, and just people are spoiled, bro. Like, how do people get so freaking spoiled? Like, dude, this is a demo, okay? How can you not? And this demo gave everything. It was 8 minutes, man. This is like the best thing that came out of E3. So why are people getting so angry? And plus also, so many people kept comparing this game. I know a few people who kept comparing this game to nothing else but The Amazing Spider-Man. In my opinion, this is a fact. And Insomniac was smart for this. They took the best elements from certain Spider-Man games and put it onto this game. Like, they took an element from Spider-Man 2, took an element from Web of Shadows. What else? Not just Web of Shadows, but also Amazing Spider-Man. Okay, like, okay, yes, bitch about the game all you want. And I'm not going to say that Amazing Spider-Man was bad. Okay, it could have been much more better. It should have been much more better. But don't, like, dude, people are just so, like, they hate, like, I mean, that is my least favorite Spider-Man game. Actually, I'm going to just say that, yeah. That's my least favorite Spider-Man game, to be honest. But at the same time, it had the potential to be an amazing, like a great Spider-Man game, because it actually has some good elements, like some really great elements. Like when it comes to the stealth mode, when it comes to the web rush and all that. Like, that game had some really great elements to apply to Spider-Man, to show what Spider-Man can be, you know. So I don't know why people just, like, have to, like, feel so, like, they have to compare this demo to Amazing Spider-Man shamelessly, when you can clearly tell this game is nowhere near that. Like, it's barely Amazing Spider-Man. It's like, you know, you can't really compare this game to Amazing Spider-Man really like that, you know. And of course it has some gameplay, some combat elements from Amazing Spider-Man, but also take in mind this. When it came to the Amazing Spider-Man game itself, they took elements from Batman Arkham, from the Batman Arkham series. So technically, this is Batman Arkham style of fighting when it comes to, like, the free flow and being more fluid when fighting. And not to mention, this is Spider-Man. This is actually how Spider-Man is supposed to be. So why are people bitching so much? Okay, like, I do not understand it. And also, people have the nerve to get, like, people are mad about the combat. First off, like, also, like, okay, did y'all not see the environmental advantage Spider-Man took with, you know, his combat as well? Like, it was so dope, like, especially with the way that he took that construction part. I don't know what that was, like the beam, and he like swung it around and hit all those dudes at once. So, like, it was so simplistic but smart. It was so dope, like, the way that Spider-Man is using his environment. It's so smart. And this is a 23-year-old Spider-Man, much more experienced. He's been around the block and all that. Like, he's been Spider-Man for 8 years, since, like, you know, he got his powers at like 16, you know, and his suit and everything, like, he's more technological and all that. Like, he can do much more now. Like, what else do y'all want in a Spider-Man game? I'm also say this. yeah, people are also bitching about how the swinging is slow and shit, when really it's not. Because like, I'm gonna say this, like when I first saw the trailer, when I first saw the gameplay and I saw the swinging, like at first it caught me off guard, and how like, it was at like a little bit of a slower pace. But then if y'all pay attention, instead of going to judge immediately, this it's all physics based. This is more realistic. This is physics based, and it's all about your momentum. It's all about like, especially if you see like, the more that he starts to swing, the faster he becomes, the faster he starts, to move through the city, and then just the traversal itself, like the way that you get, like, you can be going through something kind of like, you could be in a tight spot when you're swinging, and not to mention he was going through that fire escape and he still went through that. Don't y'all realize how amazing that looks? Y'all never seen that in any Spider-Man game ever. And just the way that when he was running on the wall, and then he had to like, take that corner around the building, and then he just used the web to like go around it. Bruh, like, why are y'all so mad, dude? Like, dude, how could y'all be so just pessimistic about this game, It's so amazing to me how people can really bitch this hard. Especially since, like, okay, take in mind, this is a demo too. Like, you're not even done with the game yet. Like, the game is about finished. They just gotta do some polishing up, okay? That is it. That is it, alright? Like, I don't know why I gotta bitch so much, alright? And as for, when it comes to comparing this game to, like, Spider-Man and everything. Like, so many people, like, there's hardly anybody in the reaction videos or the reviews for this gameplay that brought up other Spider-Man games that were actually really good, other than just Spider-Man 2, like Ultimate Spider-Man, okay? That was a good one. It wasn't Spider-Man 2, but it was great in its own way. The way that it was set up, it was great in its own way, okay? It was very unique. Especially since you get to play as Venom. Like, that game was so fun, dude. It was so fun. And then, take in mind, did y'all forget Spider-Man Web of Shadows? How can y'all forget about? I feel like that game gets so, like, it's crazy. I'm just not realizing how much credit this game has not really been given. Like, this game deserves so much more credit than what it's deserved. Like, this game was so, like, the story was dope. Like the setup and everything, the way that you fought as Spider-Man, and then you get to switch to the black suit and do hella damage, and then the fact that once you get to fight along mad heroes, and just and you get to fight on walls, and just the way that you moved as Spider-Man, like like I said, like, I feel like they took that momentum. I feel like the momentum, like the swinging element, was between Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man Web of Shadows, because like in Web of Shadows, like the swinging was so, like I said, physics based. It was so smooth, B. It was so smooth. Like the way that you moved, like the more you kept swinging, the more pace you picked up, and that's natural. It's so much natural. Okay, like, dude. Like, I feel like, okay, like, as a whole for this gameplay, telling from this gameplay, Insomniac Games cleverly, they took what was great from, like I said, from certain Spider-Man games, and put it into this game, especially Web of Shadows. Like I said, from the stealth to the web rush and all that, like, those are great elements to add to a Spider-Man game. Those were great. Those are so dope. They took elements from Web of Shadows, the Batman Arkham games, also Spider-Man 2 as well. Oh, actually, another thing I forgot to mention, Uncharted, and this is what people are bitching about, and was like they didn't really compare it to, okay, there were like maybe two or three people who thought about Uncharted, maybe two, who really thought about the Uncharted game as well, seeing this gameplay. But the fact that people were bitching about the quick time events, like, dude, this is such an Uncharted element that they added because of the crazy destruction. Especially if you're Spider-Man, you're gonna go through some shit. Dude, the way that, you know, when Spider-Man was like holding onto that generator that the helicopter had, you know, under it and everything, and then, you know, when it started falling and all that other shit, like, you know, just like you were running from it, and then just like it had like an Uncharted feel to it, which I think was perfect. Like, it was so perfect, you know, especially when it came to like, you know, stopping the helicopter or like trying to like take it down, and then when you had to save all those people as well, and especially when it was falling, and then you did the web, you pulled out the web shooters. Oh my god. You pulled out the web shooters and you just started, you know, spinning them webs, trying to make sure that the helicopter stays in its place between those buildings. This game, listen, say all y'all want, I don't care what y'all want, I'm putting my 2 cents in. But I just know for a fact that this game is going to be the Spider-Man game we've always wanted. This is going to be the Batman Arkham games of Marvel. This is of Marvel, you know, just this is what the Batman Arkham game. Okay, yeah. This is what the Batman Arkham games is to DC as this is to you know, Marvel. You know? Because Spider-Man, like, when it comes to Batman, Spider-Man, these are the #2 superhero games that we've always, like, been interested in. Hell, even, you know, just, like, separately, like, one superhero-wise, you know, there's Batman, and then there's Hulk, and then there's, Spider-Man. Spider-Man was, like, the most popular superhero game ever. It still is. You know, Spider-Man 2 is the most popular superhero game of all time. Of course. You know, Spider-Man is, like, that main superhero, and was like, you know, people had put into games, you know, or made games for. So, yeah, out of all these years, you know, what was it? This game is something that's very special to me. The importance of this game is very special to me. What it has to offer, and then the people behind it with Insomniac Games, you know, just they're about to put almost 3 years into this shit. Almost 3 fucking years. Okay? The same guys who put work into Ratchet and Clank, and then there was Sunset Overdrive, and was like, there was elements from that game as well because of the fluidity, you know? So, of course, like, there was, without a doubt, you cannot say that they did not, like, they didn't put their foot in this. They put their foot in the damn graphics, the gameplay, just the texture of this, like, everything. They're doing so much. And then the fact that, okay, the game's coming out 2018. I was like, damn. But at the same time, I was still like, I appreciate this game so much, and I appreciate the work that Insomniac is doing for this game, especially after seeing this gameplay. After being so wowed by it, all I could say was, you know what, I'm cool with it. But all I'm hoping for is that I'm looking forward to it being like early 2018, like between January and February. Then cool, because damn, this game's been on hold for too damn long. Like, I need this game, B. Like, I need it. I'm not going out the house for nobody, B. I don't even go out the house already, okay? I be in my house chilling, doing what I do and all that other shit. I don't even hang with people, okay? So yeah, yeah. When I'm not going out the house, I'm gonna be playing this game hella long. All right, and this is the Spider-Man game we've been waiting for. I said it. I'm saying it right now. This is the Spider-Man game. Just like when it came to Batman Arkham Knight, you were the Batman. In this game, you are Spider-Man. You are everything that is and was and will be and should be in a Spider-Man game in Marvel's Spider-Man. Okay? This is the Spider-Man game we've all been waiting for. Guys, do not judge so freaking soon. Y'all have to be open, okay? Y'all have to be, y'all cannot compare this game to Spider-Man 2 also when you can't even, like, y'all have to be open-minded to the other games that came after it as well. Be open-minded. Don't just compare it to something when there's so much more that came after it as well, okay? Remember that. Remember that. That's all I'm saying. If you're going to make comparisons, make sure that you consider everything else that came after it. Alright, but I gotta go. This is me putting my 2 cents in. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm about to go watch more reaction videos to the Spider-Man gameplay because I'm so passionate about it. I'm so passionate about it, and I love seeing other people's reactions because it's like this is something that I just like. I feel like when I watch reaction videos, I just feel like, yeah, see that, like. So I want to find, like, I like seeing other people, like, you know, who are as passionate about this game as I am, you know. And shout out to Evan. So I forgot his fucking name. My apologies, but you know, Evan of the Spidey Squad, you know. So hopefully one of the Spidey Squad members are watching this, or maybe a person who's like subscribed to the Spidey Squad will, you know, let them know like, hey, someone made someone shouted you out and all that. Okay, anyways, I gotta go, y'all. But I cannot wait for this game. This is the game I've been waiting for. This is honestly the main game that I've been looking forward to out of all of E3 this year, you know. Like, okay, there's God of War 3, which I'm interested in, but this game right here, like, I didn't even care about anything else anymore. This just took the whole spot. Like, this is E3 right here. Marvel Spider-Man was E3 itself. That's how dope it was. How dope this gameplay was. Alright? Alright. Alright, I gotta go now. I've been saying this too many times. But like, subscribe, share, y'all. I will be back eventually. And peace.